I'm DJ Diya Anantharaman, music director and radio host of Unearthly Machine at KUCR Riverside 88.3, and I'm here with Heidi, Gracie, and Jeannie of Folk Bitch Trio. The group released their latest single, God's a Different Sword, in August, and we have convened today across time zones to chat. Good morning, Folk Bitch Trio. It's lovely to see you guys. How are you doing on this fine October afternoon?
Hi, dear. We're
We're
good.
doing great.
Very
We're in Saxapahaw in North Carolina. It's very beautiful. There's a very nice river. We're playing here tonight. It's a Saturday. Vibes are good.
Mhm. Let's start from the beginning. I did some digging and learned that Folk Bitch Trio's artistic origin story stems from friendship, love for music, and casual collaboration that grew into a touring outfit. Can you each tell me a little bit more about your musical backgrounds and how they inform Folk Bitch Trio's artistic philosophy to this point?
Damn.
You want to go first?
Yeah. I guess my musical background in terms of listening definitely has been a huge influence on this project. Growing up listening to a lot of folk music definitely formulated my voice as a songwriter and definitely opened my heart to this type of music and my desire to create it with my friends. I'd say that's probably where it started for me.
So beautiful.
Oh, thank you.
And you, Gracie? Um, I grew up also listening to a lot of stuff that would have influenced the position that I'm in now of loving folk music, like Dave and Gillian, who are playing at this venue later this month, which is crazy. Um, and I don't know, studying vocal music probably has some factor in there, and also just being a bit of a teenage dirtbag in my bedroom with my guitar. I think mine's probably it's quite similar to both of yours. Yeah, I think listening to folk music, but also listening to I was listening to a lot of the Sundays today, and I recall like being a kid and listening to a lot of that kind of music and like guitar bands and like kind of ambient like Cocteau Twins vibes, that
Weird
kind of
shit.
thing. Yeah. So I feel like that and yeah, Gillian and like Joni Mitchell and Nick Drake and that kind of those kind of artists have played a big role in like how um I think I write and how it kind of flows into this project. Yeah.
Yeah, I can definitely see those kind of ethereal folk influences in your music. And much of it is filled with gorgeous vocal arrangements. And what stood out to me about your latest single, as well as your other work, was the seamless combination of warm guitars and smooth folk melodies complemented by delicate harmonies. Can you all tell me about your creative process on this album, along with its sonic and emotional landscapes, and how they show up through some of your songwriting, vocal, and instrumental choices?
That's a good question.
Yeah. I guess everything starts with the live sound, and I think with God's a Different Sword, we definitely were aiming to replicate a version of our live sound that was, genuine and felt like the heart that's in the live show was there. And so that always, I guess, formulates our instrumentation and our composition is when we start singing it live. And yeah, we just, I guess, want it to sound as close to that. And so it's always guitar, it's always 3-part harmony, it's always Heidi's dirty, beautiful guitar tone.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah, we love a big, fat, open guitar sound. So that's kind of just always where it starts.
Yeah.
Y'all got anything to say on that?
No, that was very eloquent.
I knew. I didn't think that was better.
I had no notes. No, I feel like that's so true. And I think that like when we've done recordings, yeah, everything's been based off that kind of formula. And then the kind of the candy that we put in.
Yeah,
you add a bit of magic for the radio.
It's all candy.
For the recording. Yeah, which is quite fun, I think. It's like I can imagine it's maybe similar to like
I don't know, painters like adding stuff or
Yeah.
whatever, you know.
Well, because
like,
when we're on the road, it's us and three guitars, and it's always been that way. And I guess I don't want that to change. But yeah, when we're in the studio, it definitely feels like being in a candy shop in terms of adding little bits on top of that.
yeah.
Embellishments, I love that. With each of your backgrounds in music and past releases like Analog and Lost, how would you say the music on your most recent work is influenced by your past work and musical background?
I mean, I feel like as long as it's Folk Bitch Trio, it will always be like a kind of conglomeration of like past, present, and future. It's us writing as the same person, but I guess as we get older, and we're also very introspective writers, so we're always writing about ourselves. So it's kind of impossible to not be influenced by our past work, I guess, because we're always writing about the past or the present or future. So yeah, it's always going to be, if it's Folk Bitch Trio, what am I trying to say? If it's Folk Bitch Trio, it's always going to be influenced by Folk Bitch Trio.
But I'm happy to say that we're writing, I hope, better songs than when we were writing when we were like 17, which is like Lost and what else?
Lost
I wrote
Lost
when I was
and
like
Analog,
17.
I guess, are products of our adolescence, because we were still teenagers when those songs kind of came to light. So yeah.
Speaking of introspective and poetic lyrics, and also layers of vocals and gossamer-like harmonies, I'd like to know what were some of the main inspirations for this project, the single? And this could be other music, media, literature, film, spiritual occurrences, religious epiphanies, swords.
I feel like there are heaps of kind of mixed media influences for that. Like, there's this Kiwi film called Eagle vs. Shark, and that was a huge reference for the music video. But I feel like there's a lot of other stuff that went into the song as well.
Yeah, I mean, the song was kind of birthed after a breakup of mine, and I guess like it was quite you know that kind of feeling that you get after you've gone through a breakup and you're kind of questioning things and a bit all over the shop. I think definitely was in the song and is in the song. But I think it's also it's that optimism that you get, I suppose, from a breakup and like the starting anew and afresh. And I think that kind of also flowed into the music video as well, and just like our gallivanting and like silliness. I think that's what I wanted the song to be in a way.
Yeah.
And then what we kind of put into it when we were recording and arranging it. Yeah.
I was going to actually just ask you about the music video and cover art's direction. The cover photo is filled with contrast, denim, and playful spirits coupled with stoic facial expressions, while the video is nostalgic and captures the beautiful musical chemistry you all have through friendship. And as a listener and a viewer, I'm left with the feeling of warmth after watching through, kind of that optimism you're referencing, I think. Can you tell me a little bit more about the choices to include these specific visuals in your music video and cover art, and how they function in tandem with your song's themes?
Well, thank you.
Yeah,
that's really nice.
That's very kind.
And I'm really glad that that's the impression that was left on you. Friendship, definitely.
Silliness.
Yeah. Lightness. It's funny that the cover art and the music video are like quite contrasting, even though the single art was shot when we were shooting the music video. But I guess they are quite different.
But it's all quite situational. Like we didn't really have a plan for that video other than a bunch of locations and a bunch of like funny props, and for us to dance around. Like and just have fun. That was
I think we all
that, I don't know, whatever sparked our interest in that moment. That was it. Like we went into the arcade and the bikes were there.
And I think we all find it quite funny how serious that cover art could be interpreted, because to us it's pretty stupid.
It's so stupid.
It's just like, out of all of the locations we were at in that music video, that was definitely the stupid one. And it ended up being the cover art. And I think that kind of I guess, says a lot too, because it feels pretty similar to how we feel about like our project being
Yeah,
called
it's
Folk Bitch Trio.
also,
Like
yeah,
it's
everything
all
is
a little bit
situational. Like,
it's all a little bit unplanned, and then it's always quite funny to us because it always just happens. And then yeah, it's I love that photo though.
yeah, and I also think that
fun.
photo,
It's
like,
stupid.
the
And it's
director of
sexy.
the video, and who like shot it as well, Bridget Winton, I think played a big role to it. She was kind of
Yeah.
like, I really want to get this shot, and
Yes.
I think,
Definitely.
and we were like, I don't think we were allowed. I don't know if we were technically allowed to be in there.
It felt cheeky.
It felt cheeky, so I'm really glad Bridget like pushed us to do that, because yeah, the result was pretty fun.
Yeah.
You guys are playing a show in LA on October 15th. What are you guys looking
Yeah.
forward to the most about this location and the venue, Genghis Cohen?
It's our first LA headline ever. It's massive. It's enormous for us.
It's our first show. It's our first headline show in the States.
Mhm.
And yeah, we're excited to come back to LA. We were there earlier this year, just hanging out, and yeah, I've heard good things about this venue.
We're gonna get our friend Alex to open for us,
Yes.
who we met at a Whole Foods in Austin in March as part of South by, and now, you know, we've made that friendship, and we're gonna come back to the States for our second trip and enjoy that friendship again.
Yes,
It's gonna be great.
Beautiful.
playing like any of these shows, because we've been on tour in the States now for almost 2 weeks, and it's all felt very surreal and exciting as Australians to be
Yeah.
playing in America. And yeah, LA feels on top of that even more surreal to be doing a headline there at a venue that I've heard good things about. It's going to be a really, really fun time.
Definitely. Let's talk gear. What would you all say is the most essential piece of gear to the particular sound of Folk Bitch Trio?
Oh, I
love this
love
question.
that.
I think you
We
should go
never
first.
get gear questions.
I think that you
Yeah,
should
you
go
should go
first. Yeah,
first.
number one most unexpected trait of Folk Bitch Trio is that we are actually gearheads.
We're gearheads. Well, yeah, Grace and I both work at guitar shops as our like day job, so we're kind of surrounded by that world. Gear, oh, I don't know. I guess like I use a Greco SuperView 700 or 800. I don't know what the numbers are, but it's like a 335 copy, and it's got humbuckers, which I really like, and I feel like that kind of drive from that guitar often, like,
Definitely.
I guess now, and especially live, is sort of,
It's your sound.
it's my sound. But I
beautiful
think
sound.
also your like the kind of
The
sparkliness
Yeah.
of like I use a Caverns Keeley reverb delay pedal that's actually Genie's.
Yeah,
And
shimmer reverb.
I don't actually use a shimmer reverb
Oh,
that
but when
often.
you
I
do,
use the
it's so
modulated
good.
one. But that, and then I use a Hotcake overdrive pedal, which is made in New Zealand by this guy Paul Crowther, who I think originally made it for, I'm getting really deep into the gear right now.
I love that.
He made it for the Crowded House lead singer Neil Finn to, I think with his, I can't remember the guitar, but it was like with a Vox, it was like to get some more drive or something. I think that's the story. Anyway, I used that, and then
We actually recorded God's Different Sword in Neil Finn's studio as well.
Mm,
yes,
which is kind
we
of a bonus.
Yeah,
on
yeah.
that hand, so I'd say.
and I think I actually used like one of the original hotcakes.
I used his hotcake.
I used his hotcake. Anyway,
legend.
that, and then I think like your Maiden like sparkly guitar like is
Definitely.
definitely a big
My gear.
yeah.
I
Oh,
also
yeah.
think that we underestimate how important the acoustic electric combo is.
Yes.
No, like we barely ever play with a band. That's how we rock.
Yeah.
It's acoustic electric together. Also, a lot of maybe, I don't know, definitely a lot of folk acts use acoustic guitars, but
Yeah.
not a lot of like young other bands our age rock with acoustics as hard as we
Yeah.
rock
My
with them.
my acoustic guitar, it's a Maiden. I don't remember the number.
Maiden Box Hill.
Maiden Box Hill, Maiden in our home city. But I would say that my important tour rig is the what's my what's my pickup called again?
Oh, Damasio
The
Angel.
Damasio Angel. I would recommend to anyone who has an AP5 pickup in their guitar, that would be
Yeah, get
my
yourself
my tour rig upgrade this year has been the Angel passive pickup from Heidi, because
passive pickup
we
always.
share gear in this band.
We do.
We share a heart, a brain, and guitar pedals.
2 brain cells. My guitar is a bit of a crap box, but it works and I love it. And it's a Martin Road Series. And it is buggered, but she comes with us. And one day I will have a really beautiful, beautiful guitar. But
And it's very light.
It's very light.
very
You
light.
can barely tell
You
that
could,
it's in
when you
the
pick up
case.
the case, you think the guitar's
You
not in
think
there, but it is.
I left my guitar, but it's there.
Again, long answer. but
Yeah.
there
Oh, you know
go.
what? I would say if I knew more would be some really good microphones. That could be part of our sound.
Maybe
Really
one
good
day.
crispy
When we get in the
Sennheisers.
cash,
Some
maybe.
gainy mics.
Yeah.
I feel like I can't remember what we used with the recording, but they were like
Yeah, we'll have to
they were
ask.
cool. Those were cool. We'll have to ask our
Tom-
producer,
Tom
Tom
Healy.
Healy.
Anyway,
That's
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 our
that on
gear.
that.
Another gear question. Lastly, if you were each stranded on a desert island and you could only take 3 pieces of gear with you each, what would they be and why?
Music gear or just
Okay,
gear?
check it out.
Music gear,
Acoustic
sound
guitar,
gear.
Music gear?
capo, clip-on tuner.
There you go.
Mm.
I think I would dump the
No, I
clip
don't
on.
need the tuner.
I think I'd dump the clip-on tuner. Definitely
Oh.
the acoustic guitar.
I'm taking my acoustic, my mouth harp, and my holder, like so that I can do both at the
Yeah.
same time.
Yeah,
It's a secret love of mine.
guitar, capo, egg shaker, I think is just, I love egg shakers. We love auxiliary percussion, but yeah, I love egg shakers.
And those little frog.
I'm trying to think if I would take an electric or an acoustic.
Mm.
Okay, if it was an
What if you
electric,
took an electric and one of those honking little mini amps?
no, I wouldn't take a mini amp. I'd like, I'd take like a Princeton or a
You
Deluxe.
take a big amp to
And
your
power
to your
generator.
desert island.
Absolutely.
Yeah, then you're gonna need a fucking generator.
Oh my God, so true. Okay, yeah, I would take an acoustic, and I would maybe take. I had to get rid of my my beloved acoustic, and I'd try and get that back, and then a capo and
Kazoo?
What are the metal piece instruments that indie has?
A pie drum.
Pie drum.
a
Maybe
pie
I'd take a
drum
pie drum
or
and make
a
peace with my situation.
a zither. Maybe I'd take a zither.
And also-
No, an omnichord. I would take an omnichord
Yeah.
with batteries in it.
You can have fun for like 5+ hours on an omnichord, so that's actually a really
Thank you. That's that on that.
on that.
Yeah. Thank you guys so much for chatting with me. It's been lovely to hear about this and to hear your answers kind of bouncing off of each other. It's reflective of your musical chemistry, and it's been great.
Thank you so much for having
It was
us,
very
Diya.
nice. It was lovely
Yeah.
to talk to you.